What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Now, we do finally have our first losing day in like the past 9 days, guys. It has been such an incredible run, probably one of the most incredible runs that we've had ever on my VIP, ever on this channel. And, I documented it pretty well. You'll see, if I go through every day, you'll see that we pretty much have hit a 4-man or multiple 4-mans every single day. And you'll see this. This is like the past 9 days that we've been doing this. And again, these are not just days where we go up like 2 units or something like this. This is days where we're going up 10, 15 units a lot of these days. And at the end of the day, guys, we have gone up about 70 to 75 units over this stretch of this run here. You'll see most of the hits, not all of them though, on the screenshot here. It's been incredible. And then we come back and we have, a losing day, and it's not that big of a deal, right? We actually missed like 4 entries here, and we have a setup. So these 2 plays, Elite and Burzy, these guys did hit their unders together. At least I believe they did. And now on soccer for PSG, we're hoping these guys go under. And if these guys go under, this would be another 10x for us, and then we'd actually have a crazy good winning day, right? And how that works, guys, is if you think about this as a 10x, this means that we go up 9 units instantly. Let's say that this play does hit, obviously crossing my fingers that it does, but let's say this play does hit, we go up 9 units because of this entry here, and then we go down 1, 2, 3, 4 units because of these misses here. So obviously 9 minus 4, that means that is 5, going up 5 units off of these entries. And this is the same thing that we've done every single day, right? You're going to have some misses in there. For example, yesterday we had some opposite correlation, which is cool to see. And again, misses are part of the game, especially when you're taking a lot of 4-man entries, right? That is going to happen. For example, over here we had Toasty and we had Ren, and we took them under, and they ended up going way over together. And I can show you guys this there, show you guys this in a second here. And then the soccer guys on Brentford, I took them over, and they did hit over together. Again, the key here is that in soccer, if the players have a lot of possession, if they're possessing the ball a lot, they're going to get a lot of passes. If they're not possessing the ball very much, they're not going to get very many passes. And then with League of Legends, it's a very similar story. The winning team gets more kills. We're going to see in Counter-Strike today, it's very based off of if a team has a longer game. Longer game means more kills. Shorter game means less kills. And then we can even go back to NFL and college football season, where this all stems from, and that we make a lot of our money on, is that a quarterback and receiver are very correlated together. So if you take someone like, Patrick Mahomes, and you take Travis Kelce, and you take them over together, then they're probably, if they have a good game, then they're both going to go over. If they have a bad game, they're both going to go under. So this is called correlation, guys. This is how we hit all of the slips that we do hit. You'll see in soccer here, these guys paired up nicely. League of Legends, these guys paired up. Soccer, League of Legends. Again, we're not reinventing the wheel, guys. We just take similar stories of bets over and over and over again, and it generates us units over a long period of time. 2024, we went up 600 units. 2025 went up about 300 units, guys. This is a thing that we've been doing for the past 2.5 years now, and it's going to continue to work. I have nothing else to say, right? We just saw that we went 9 days straight of winning. We have one bad day. We're going to have a bad day. We're going to have a couple of bad days eventually. We're going to have a bad week eventually. This is all part of the program, guys. Eventually, we're going to, lose a couple of days or in a row or something like that, and be down on ourselves a little bit. But you have to understand and have to remember weeks like we just had, right? You can have incredible stretches when these things do start hitting together, and the reason why they hit together so well is because they're so correlated. Okay, now a little bit of spiel there. I did say that I wanted to show this G2 game right here. This is the game, right? It's G2 Nord versus this team. Now this was a weird game right here. Okay, it was 23-15, which never happens. All right, this probably happens 1 to 2% of the time in League of Legends, when the winning team actually gets less kills than the losing team. I have no idea what happened in this game, but this team that we bet against had 23 kills. You'll see that Ren had 7 and Toasty had 3. In the second game, they had 37 kills to 13. And again, 37 is the highest I've ever seen a team have. This is an incredible amount of kills, but again, it's because they won. Toasty gets 11, Ren gets 11, so they went way over. In the third game, which we didn't bet on, but I'll just look at it here, 26-14, and this is kind of more of a normalized game here. 26-14, the winning team's going to get a lot of kills, the losing team's not going to get as many kills, okay? So that is how League of Legends works. That's why this play missed, and then down here did hit. And then again, hopefully in soccer for PSG, they do not pass the ball as much because we're taking their unders, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Last thing I do want to go over is Lou Dort. Man, he played an absolutely horrible game, guys. He had 27 minutes. His minutes were there. He just did absolutely nothing all game. I think it took him like his 25th minute or something like this with two minutes left to get one rebound in this entire game. So he misses. That was, I guess, a bad call. I just really did not think that Lou Dort was going to play as bad as he did. And Thunder won the series, but he literally got 1.1 rebound off of 27 minutes, which is absolutely incredible. I feel like the volume is there. The volume was there. He had 27 minutes. He played the last, I think, rotation, the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, which is kind of why I bet that entry. I thought that he was probably going to get in as OKC was, blowing out the Suns, and they knew that they were going to move on and obviously sweep the series. I thought Lou Dort was going to come in. I believe he did, but he just played horrible and got no rebounds and had absolutely no impact on the game. And that's just, it is what it is. I'm going to talk about it later, but Luke Cornett's still a really good play and still a play I really like going into this game tonight, Spurs versus Trailblazers. One last thing, guys, like, comment, subscribe every single day. We're getting closer to the end of April. We have a couple more days left. I'm going to tally up all the likes and comments for the past month, and if you've liked and commented 25 plus times, you're gonna have 20 to 25 entries in this giveaway. So go ahead, like and comment today. If you do that, that'll be one additional raffle ticket into this entry. Okay, so I have a couple of bonus picks for you guys, which are going to be yesterday's plays. It's going to be James Harden. I still really like this over 3-pointers. So if you did not watch yesterday's video, these are the plays that I really like. I like Harden over threes, and I like Luke Cornett over 8.5 points plus rebounds. Okay, so a little bit of bonus picks there. And then I do have a 3-man for you today on PrizePicks right here. So my favorite play right now on the NBA, probably other than Cornett, is going to be Donovan Clegane to go under 17 PRA, okay? So the reason why I like him so much is because you'll see that his minute share has been heavily decreasing, okay? So he had 23 minutes, or sorry, the first game of the series, he had 21 minutes, then he had 23, then he had 20, then he had 14. So I don't know what it is exactly, but there's something that the Trailblazers coaching staff or front office or whatever it is does not like Donovan against the Spurs this series, and they're reducing his minute share. Now, I can't say that it's worked, because the games that Donovan gets 20 plus minutes were their only win of the series, and then they just have kind of fell off since then. But again, I just think that he's not getting the minute share that he really he saw throughout the season, and there's something that they see that they don't like. They don't like where he's at right now, and they're not playing him very much. Okay, I don't know whether it's experience or what, but you'll see here that he got 14 minutes last game. I don't think he's going to get as low as 14 minutes, to be completely honest. I think he probably gets around 16 to 17 minutes. And then I think I think a good line for him is about 15 to 16 PRA. Okay. So, I think he's going to get some points. I think he's probably going to get 6 to 8 rebounds. But I just think 17 is a little bit high for him. And actually, I'm realizing the line is 16.5 on Underdog. So 17 on PrizePicks is what I like right here. Again, his minute share has been decreasing as they've been playing these more impactful games and such. And then obviously this is the last game of their series if they do lose. So it's kind of like their whole season is on the line for this play here. All right, so that's going to be the first play of the day in the NBA, and then we have a correlated duo in Counter-Strike. Okay, now what does a correlated duo mean? It's kind of what I was talking about earlier, guys, with Valorant or with soccer or with League of Legends, like right here, for example, and all these different plays that we hit over the past week. It is utilizing sports like League of Legends, sports like Counter-Strike, for example, right here. And why is this so correlated? It is correlated based off of game length, okay? So the longer a game goes, if the game goes into a long game, that means overtime rounds, or really the longest a game can go without overtime is going to be 13 to 11. That's going to mean that there's going to be more kills in that game. If a game is a shorter game, I'm just going to say SH, then that means less kills are going to be happening in that game. And I want to show you guys exactly what I mean by that, okay? So we have BRN who we're betting on. I do really like the lines for these guys, and I like them all the way up to a 1 kill bump, okay? So JR1, if he bumps to 13.5, is still takeable, and then BRN money sign or BRNZ, BRNS, I like him all the way up to 25.5, okay? So 1 kill bumps on both these guys and the headshot line. But the reason why I really like this line here is because this game could go into a longer game and it's very correlated. So if a longer game happens, both of these guys are probably going over, right? It's like a rising tide raises all boats. This is the same example that I talk about in every sport that we take. When a longer game happens, more kills are going to happen. And I can actually show you that here. You will see that this is one of the best reasons why I love Pick Finder, because it gives you all of this information, why you can, how to actually find these bets, and you can really filter down things. But you'll even see here, you don't have to be an expert on Counter-Strike. It says more than 20 rounds per map equals blowout, okay? So this is less than 20 rounds per map equals blowout, okay? So I'll just speak from experience here. Going about 40 rounds in a match means that it is a longer game, okay? So 42-ish rounds in a game, let's just say 42. 42 rounds would mean that it would be about 13 to 10 and then another 13 to 10. And you'll see that in these longer games that he has right here, so this game actually goes into overtime. It was 16 to 13 and 16 to 12. This was kind of a middle of the road game and he goes under. And then this game was the longest a game can go. It can go 13 to 11, 13 to 11. The longest a game can go without overtime, okay? So hopefully you guys are following here. When it's a longer game and these games are going the distance, like 13 to 11, which means that it's 24 rounds in a game, and then map 2 is kind of medium length, that means that more kills are going to be generated in this game. Okay, now if we go into a shorter game, which is going to be about like, I don't know, anything lower than like 35-ish rounds, okay, something like that, then you're going to see that he normally goes under. And again, this is true about all Counter-Strike players, okay? When a short game happens, less kills are going to happen. It makes sense, guys, right? If you're playing a video game and, you only get half the round that you're supposed to play because one team just ends up winning the game, you're not going to get as much stats. You're not going to get as much kills and assists and all that type of stuff. But whenever it's a really long game, think about going into overtime, double overtime, all that good stuff, then a lot of stats are going to be accumulated because of all that happening, okay? So you'll see all of these games. I'm not going to go through all of them, but now instead of being 13 to 11, it is 13 to 6 and 13 to 3. And then over here, it's 5 to 13, 1 to 13, 1 to 13, 8 to 13, right? It doesn't really matter if he loses or wins. You're seeing that he is losing a lot of these games. But I'm telling you guys, even if he was winning some of these games, like over here, it was 1 to 13 and there was 13 to 4, where he wins the second map, he still only gets 22 kills because he ended up it ended up being a shorter game, right? Now, we do have a crazy outlier here where he just absolutely pops off. And again, this is going to happen sometimes, right? It's a sport. It's just like football or NBA or soccer or whatever it is. You're gonna randomly have a time where a guy's just going to go crazy. But most of the time, shorter game, less kills, longer game, more kills. And again, these guys are paired up together, right? So if a longer game happens, then obviously both of these guys are going to be a part of the game because they're on the same team. And that's going to mean that both of these guys are likely to go over their kill total. Now, is this going to happen 100% of the time? Of course not, guys. I can't predict everything, and I can't, guarantee that things are going to hit together, but I can tell you that I know how this sport works. I know how this esports works, and if a game goes into overtime, you have a really good chance of the overs hitting together, okay? So it's going to be the play of the day, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little explanation on Counter-Strike. If you guys want me to go a little bit deeper into some of these sports that I always bet on, I'm thinking of making like a mini series on this channel of like my number one tips and number one sports to bet on and everything that I look at when it gets into actually finding a play for you guys. Let me know if you'd like that. I guess leave a comment down below if you'd like to see that. But yeah, definitely something I'm open on doing here. Here's the 3 man of the day, guys. Here's some other plays that I really like, specifically Cornet. I really like him. And you guys, if you want to get into the VIP, you can sign up for Bovada. All you have to do is text me Bovada. You'll get 2 free months of the VIP for that. And it's just going to take like a $20 deposit, find a play, and then you'll get 2 free months of the VIP. Another great way to do so is with Sleeper, which will be 2 free months of the VIP. It's just a $10 deposit on that there. So all that stuff's going to be down in the description and the pinned comment. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.